Hey guys, it's your girl Victoria, back to you with another review for VH1 Family Reunion, Love and Hip Hop Edition, Season 3, Episode 5, called Under Phresher. And I guess this is in regards to Phresher being under Phresher. So we picked up where we left off last week. We got the security and the police telling Carly as the leader and Spice that they gotta go because they about to get bombarded and ran over by all the people trying to get their vouchers for the kids. So they get back on the bus and they're already, immediately leaving. Spice is feeling bad. She's feeling down in the dumps because she really wants to give out the vouchers. And because of what done happened, she can't give them out. She's talking about, it was organized. Everything was planned. But a lot of people, no, Spice. Once again, like I said last week, it was not organized. If it was organized, the police and security guards wouldn't have to be pushing you on the dang bus to leave. So, no. But like Mita said, you're going to figure it out. We're going to get through this. We're going to get the vouchers out. It's going to be okay. So then we go back to everybody else in the other part of Jamaica. I forgot where it was. So sorry. They're still playing soccer. Like, I guess this is a few seconds before Nancy walked through. We got Scrap's team. They end up winning. And as soon as Nancy walks in, kind of like where we left off last week, then, Chrissy's feeling, acting all stiff, being awkward because, her and Nancy got the little riffraff. And that's it for the soccer game. So then we get Chrissy, KK, and Tiara. They're walking probably back to their rooms, whatever. And they're talking about the relationship between Chrissy and Mama Nancy. And then I guess KK can understand where Nancy's coming from because KK is also a boy mom, just like Nancy's a boy mom. And, they're protective over their son. And, they don't say it, but because they get jealous because another woman is about to take their place. But what moms like that, don't understand is no one can take the mama's space. It's just now that he has a girl that will turn into a girlfriend, that will turn into a fiance, that will turn into a wife, in most people's cases, they feel like, oh, okay, so now, there's no place for me. But that's not your husband. I feel like a lot of people, a lot of boy moms, protective boy moms, first off, what do you mean take her place? Why? Because she's becoming his wife? So because someone's your son's wife, that takes her place? No. They take the place of wife. You still take the place of his mom. But you have to understand he has to live his life too. That's just you being like, I don't know if it's because you're lonely, you're bitter, but at the same time, let the boy live. Let him have his time with his wife. Of course, you're always going to be his mom, and no one's going to take that place because you're his mom. So sometimes I just feel like, me personally, that's just weird because they always feel like their place is going to be taken, but it's like you have a mom role. The female would have a wife role. Two completely different roles in regards to your son's life. My mama, my wife. It's two completely things. Because if we want to be vulgar, if you want to be raw, your son ain't messing with you intimately like that, for the most part. I don't know what people be doing behind closed doors, but like I said, I would assume your son and you ain't being doing all that stuff that him and his wife would do. So you can't take a place you've never. It don't. I just don't understand. I just really don't understand. KK also admits that even though she is like that or she did think like that, but she usually gives in because she'd rather be in her son's life and back down, as opposed to not being in his life and he's still having the girl that she trying to have a riffraff with. So hopefully Nancy sees that too when Chrissy and her talk and a couple scenes later. But they just pretty much tell Chrissy that she need to talk with Nancy, which is what usually everybody says whenever they talk about a riffraff they have with somebody. And Chrissy 100% agrees. So we're going to see that later on, like I just said. We move on to Spice. And the girls, they get to the hotel and talk, and Spice is letting them know that she's still going to find a way to give out her vouchers, which is good. And I guess instead of just the town that she came from, she's going to try to give it to everyone across Jamaica. So that's what's going to happen. And she tells Carly that she hopes that the event that they just came from helps Carly to want to apologize to Mariah Lynn even more. Me personally, I'm like, I don't know how your situation, giving out vouchers to people, is supposed to help Carly want to apologize to Mariah Lynn. But, I mean, I guess to Carly, it worked because she said she definitely wants to apologize to Mariah Lynn, especially before she leaves, because I guess tomorrow, the next day, of whenever this scene was filmed. It's her last day in Jamaica. So this is why it's 50, 11 people in this dang reunion, because people are coming in, they leaving early, so other people are coming to replace them, and then they leaving early. So it's just a sift through. That's literally what this is, a sift through. So that's what Carly gonna do. We're gonna see if that happens next week, because we sure didn't see it this week. And then we move on to Nancy and Chrissy. They finally meet up to talk by a sign that says love, coincidentally. And Nancy finally apologizes to Chrissy. They're getting emotional as they're talking through their situations. Chrissy talking about they've been dealing with this for 18 years of riffraff. So they was able to get through it. And I honestly felt like the conversation was genuine. And Chrissy just wants Nancy to be a little nicer to her. So they both tell each other that they love each other, and they walk off into the sunset. So even though their situation didn't get 100% resolved and all the stuff that they got going on personally that they probably don't put on the camera, at least they were able to, I guess, somewhat make amends, because they're walking off into the sunset together. So hopefully it will start the turnaround for them to become better as a family, one unit together. Moving on. Since we're all in the fields of talking and hashing it out, we have MJ. He goes to talk to Amara. So, I guess he tells Amara, he still got love for her. Ain't no animosity like he already did on the mic a couple nights ago. So Amara apologizes to MJ, and MJ just wants to reiterate that he was just very hurt with what done happened between him and Amara, and how she just went and, went with his homeboy and all that stuff. So while Amara can understand that he feels hurt, she just wants her name cleared that she's a cheater, because when she and Alan got together, her and MJ, they was no longer together. So MJ understands that, and he nodded his head, so it seemed like he's acknowledging that she's correct. She didn't cheat on him. He probably was just saying that because he felt hurt and was in his feelings. And MJ also says he wished they would have had babies, because it hurts him even more than just a regular breakup, because she done had babies with Alan, and I guess when they were together, they talked about having babies. But at the same time, MJ, I feel like a lot of couples do that. So I understand that you felt hurt that you couldn't have the babies with Amara, and MJ did because you probably, and Alan did because you probably really still like Amara, because she probably was the best you ever had, probably the best looking person, female that you've ever been with. So, you fumbled the bag, and that's all you're doing. If you would have just realized what you had before you lost it, you probably would have been the guy that gave her twins, or whatever the case may have been. Who knows? But you live and you learn, and now you can move forward to be better, so you can appreciate the next woman that comes into your life. But it seemed like he's still trying to get with Amara, because he's talking about he still thinks she's fine. He tells her that to her face too. And I don't know if that's gonna work, MJ. I see you're gonna try to work your way back in. First, you're going to try to be the friend, and then you might try to get back into a relationship with Amara. But I don't think she's trying to do that with you. If anything, I could see Amara, just letting him in for one night, one night stand type of thing, so to speak, if she's really in the need to get her itch scratched. Other than that, I don't see nothing happening, MJ. I don't see nothing going further than maybe a one-nighter. But he gonna try, because, like I said, she's probably the best the best cat she's ever got in his life. So he's gonna try to make sure he sticks beside her, even though ain't no sticking beside nobody no more, because they're not together. But good luck to MJ. Good luck to MJ. Amara, if you can withhold yourself from, caving in and giving him a one night stand out of, like pity sex type of thing. You got two beautiful girls to be worried about. You got other guys, other men, other fish in the sea. MJ, work on yourself. We move on then to Tierra. She has a Cali kickback bonfire, and Shekinah pops up. I understand, because it's Spice's birthday, so she's going to celebrate with Spice. But at the same time, I'm like, why are we? Because as soon as she comes, she's just full of the mess. So as soon as she comes, she's asking people questions. Gunplay introduces himself as Gunplay. She's like, I don't like Gunplay. Why your name Gunplay? What's your real name? So he's like, Richard. She's like, okay, I like Richard. Okay. Everybody's feeling the same way, like, oh, gosh. We just got to the point where everybody's being peaceful. Now we got Shekinah going to start some mess. So then Lyrica comes up after Shekinah and tries to shake Shekinah's hand, but Shekinah declines for whatever reason, which we're going to find out later on. But she ain't trying to Lyrica, she, because Lyrica know her. But we move on, and Tierra gets up on the mic and performs her song, Sponsor. And everybody seeming like they vibing with it. They want to say something nice. Okay. We didn't have nobody who could just hook up their phone to a speaker to get the music pin. Like they playing it right from their phones. So we couldn't get we couldn't get no speakers. Like all y'all couldn't put together to get speakers to have the music. That no. Oh, okay. Anyway, whatever. So then we see that Shekinah's leaning over asking Christy, oh, did she ever pay 50 Cent back? Chrissy's annoyed. She rolling her eyes like, okay, I'm not, like, she's not even trying to entertain the mess. And I'm with you on that, Chrissy. Like, why are you asking this, Shaka? You just came in. You just got here and you already, asking messy questions and whatnot. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people want to know. Do I want to know? No, because I really don't care at this point. It was funny with her song. I actually like the song. The I Ain't Got It song. She don't got no money to give back to 50 Cent. I actually like the song. I put it on my playlist for a good little minute, but I took it off because I was tired of hearing it. But at this point, I personally, I don't care. There's other things I'm more intrigued about in the entertainment world than if Tierra got money to, give back to 50 Cent. So she asked Chrissy. Chrissy doesn't even want to entertain it. We got MJ going on to the mic next, telling Amara to come closer. So her and Shay are linked arm in arm, and he sings. It seemed like to me that he was singing to Amara, but, I guess he was just singing to everybody, but wanted Amara close. Anyway, then we get Jen talking with Phresher. She telling everybody, telling the confessional, telling Phresher that everybody's calling them couple goals. Where? Jen, couple goals where? Who call you couple goals? Listen, if we talking about what we see on TV, I didn't hear not one person on this dang season 3 family reunion calling y'all couple goals. Not one. Who telling you this facade? Is the producers telling you this to just get you in your head so they can stir drama for you to ask Phresher when he gonna marry you and all that? Because I'm just like, couple goals where? I ain't no couple goals to me. Absolutely not. No, absolutely not. But let it may be a delusion. I don't know. But okay, let's let Jen think this. Okay, let's just let her go with this because maybe it makes her feel better. But couple goals where? Not for me. There ain't sure ain't for me. But okay, Jen, whatever you say. But she talks to the Phresher. Oh no, before she does that, she just wanted to let us know that everybody calls them couple goals, but they still got a lot going on. Yeah, I'm sure you do, Jen. But you ain't no couple goals to nobody, so we're just gonna move on, and we'll get to that conversation later. So, yeah, Chrissy and Mariah talk. Didn't write nothing else about that. We get everyone getting burned from the fire flakes. From the bonfire. And after that, then we have Tierra, Nikki, and Shekinah. They sit down to talk. So Shekinah asked about the sex tape and how that thing scandal went on. Tierra said she still ain't got it for no 50 Cent. I'm like, oh, I see what you did there, Tierra. I see what you did there. That's fine. I'm sure you don't. It's okay. At least you are honest enough to say that you don't got it. So, okay. And then Tierra, in turn, asks Shekinah about Lyrica and what her beef is with Lyrica. So, per Shekinah, this is what the beef is. So, Lyrica sent Shekinah a message on Instagram asking her, I guess there was some type of challenge going on with Lyrica's song. Okay, so she got some challenge going on with her song, and she wanted Shekinah to do the challenge, with her audio of her song. So I guess her song could get more airplay from people across whatever. So Shekinah says, okay, fine, she'll do it. And I guess per Shekinah, Lyrica was following her, but after she did the challenge post that Lyrica wanted, she unfollowed her. But the way she explained it to Tierra was like, oh, I want her page, and it said follow back, so she unfollowed me. But Tierra's correct. If you go on someone's page on Instagram and it says follow back, that means they're following you and you're not following them. But I don't know what the case is. I feel like Shekinah and Carly are one and the same. They just trying to create mess where there is no mess. They're just trying to find anything to have beef with anybody. So I don't know what to say about Shekinah. Shekinah, just like Carly is Carly, Shekinah, they're just full of mess for no apparent reason. So since Carly's about to leave, they got to get another messy bitch in this mix to continue to create drama, because you can never have a season full of peace, because then I guess it'll be boring that people don't want to watch. Anyway, we move on. Lastly, to Jen and Phresher. Okay, they talk. More so, Jen asking when are they going to get married, when they're going to start wedding planning, setting a date for the wedding, all that stuff. Phresher was like, okay, when you're ready to go to the city hall, then we could plan. So Jen was like, no, she wants to have a wedding. She deserves a wedding. They've been together for so long, just like they planned for their son when he's 18 in college and all that stuff. So they need a plan for the wedding. So Phresher's just like, he ain't trying to spend $250,000 on no dang wedding, because he knows that's what she wants, so he don't want to do all that. So when she's ready for the city hall, but then that's when Jen was like, I ain't no city hall, B-I-T-C-H. She said the word though. So then it goes to commercial for dramatic effect, and then comes back from commercial for dramatic effect, and Jen asked Phresher how long he plans on being broke, because he's talking like a broke N-I-G-G-A. And wants to, also let him know she been holding him down when he had nothing. So, she deserves this, and Phresher doesn't want to hear it, so he gets up and leave. And that's where the episode ends. Now, my thoughts on this situation. Jen, first off, just because someone doesn't want to pay $250,000 for a wedding does not mean they're broke. Okay? It's one thing if the wedding was $25. Okay, and they don't want to do the wedding. It's like, really, $250. That is a lot of money. That don't mean so. I'm trying to think of her logic here. I don't think saying that, calling him broke and all that stuff is gonna make him want to do the wedding. You know what I'm saying? That's probably just gonna make him more upset and more not wanting to do anything. So how do we tackle the situation effectively to the point where we can compromise that way you can still get a very nice wedding and he don't have to spend $250,000? How do we do that? No, not by yelling him. No. Now, I understand some people don't like Phresher, and sometimes he does seem like he could be annoying, but at the same time, in this situation, I don't think from either side, I feel like they're just trying to be stubborn and trying to stick on their own side. Like, no, we're not going to have a wedding. We're just going to go to City Hall. But for him, he made a valid point, in my personal opinion. He said, the wedding I know you want is going to be $250,000. So I'm not willing to spend that much. However, he could have said, can we do something that you would really love that is not going to cost me $250,000? And I feel like she would have been like, okay, maybe we could try to do it cheaper. Now, if she's in her mindset, like, oh no, it's going to be $250,000, unless if she's gonna be coughing up the whole $250, I don't see how that's gonna work if he's not trying to spend $250. Like, why can't we compromise? I don't know if they're just doing this for the TV show, but if this is a real conversation, if this is how they really feel, and this is what is really going on, then okay, y'all both are in the wrong at this point, because both of y'all just want to stick with the $250,000 and the City Hall, but there is a big gap, monetary wise, between $250,000 and a City Hall wedding. Is there a way we can kind of come to the middle? Maybe $100,000 in non-City Hall wedding. I don't the show on VH1 that this is VH1. What's the show that had the three Atlanta wedding planners who was able to make extravagant weddings for less than $50,000? Why can we get them on the line to make an extravagant wedding for $100,000? They could make it work. They could make it happen. They worked with the low extreme to the high extreme. So, like I said, this might be for the TV show, so I might just be talking just to talk at this point. But at the same time, I'm like, this is something that could be easily resolved if you guys just talk about it and not be yelling in each other's face or making little side comments or whatever. It's just unnecessary, uncalled for. But, they got to make some type of airtime so they could get a little bump in their check that they probably would have gotten if had they just not caused any drama. So, congratulations. And she also reiterated in the beginning of this conversation that, everybody sees them as couple goals and say they're couple goals, but they can't even figure out when they're going to get married type of thing. Once again, couple goals where? couple goals where, and Phresher, I understand you ain't trying to spend a lot of money, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure, as much as you say you love her, if she wants a wedding, I feel like you would make a way to have a wedding. Like I said, it doesn't mean you got to spend $250,000. I can understand you're not trying to spend that much money. But at the same time, if she wants a wedding, I don't understand why we can't even try to work on having a wedding as long as, we just stick on a budget type of thing. But whatever. That's it. I'm not going to talk too much more about them because they probably already loving the fact that they already got extra TV time and all that stuff. So they got extra check, whatever. I don't know. But anyway, that's it. That is it. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Please comment what you thought, especially about the whole Jen and Phresher situation and conversation. And until then, I'm going to see you guys next week. Hope you guys had a good holidays and probably a Happy New Year. I don't know if I'll see you guys on January 1st, but if I do, still Happy New Year anyway. Anyway, I'm gone. I got things to do. Bye-bye.